it's so interesting with that movie because just the cameos of the original cast. I mean, again, you had John in there, but you also had Marilyn in there. And
Mhm.
did you how was that with her? Did you get any spend any time with her? Is any kind of fond memories that I mean, she seemed like she was a very, very nice woman.
Yeah, well, actually, the very first thing that I shot was, that little bit you see after the credits run. Do you ever stay through the credits?
Oh yeah, yes.
And where Heather's parents come knocking on the
Yeah.
door.
Yep.
That was the very, very first thing I shot on the movie, was bursting through that door. And that was where I met Marilyn Burns.
Wow.
She was in her full grandma garb,
Yeah.
and I was standing there in the dining room with the rest of the cast. We were all there, and she comes in and she's greeting everybody, and she takes my hand and she says, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you," and she pats my hand,
Aw.
and she was just this frail old woman. And oh, and she just gushed. And I mean, I was you know afterwards I was thinking, wait a minute, that was Marilyn Burns.
Yeah.
White pants, Marilyn Burns, that's what
Right.
I remember.
Yes.
Holy cow, she really got old. And I was kind of surprised. And so anyway, then the only thing she and I shot together was after she was already dead, and I had to carry her dead body back to her coffin in the ground and rebury her. And we shot that entire thing. I have some production stills from it.
Cool.
Um, and I had worked out the whole business of how I was going to, lay her down into the coffin and everything. And like in the original, when Leatherface and the hitchhiker carry Grandpa down from upstairs and set him
Yeah.
up at the dinner table,
Yeah.
Leatherface is just so, he pats his head and he like
Yeah.
gives him a little kiss, and he's just a sweet, sweet boy. And I wanted to kind of call back to that. That was the one thing. And so I had rehearsed with a friend of mine the night before we were going to shoot this. She was in the coffin, and I was, worked out all the business of how to do it. And so anyway, I did it, and they shot most of this pretty wide. Um, and anyway, I give her a little kiss and layered into the coffin, and I close the lid and give it the time it needs. It was a very emotional thing. And
Yeah.
I'm in the mask, I'm weeping. um you know and anyway, I get up, and then I have to start shoveling dirt back onto her coffin, and she's in the fucking coffin,
Really?
bless her heart. And so anyway, finally, this went on, longer than I was comfortable burying a
Yeah.
living
Yeah.
person.
We're gonna call
And
cut here or what?
and so anyway, finally, John said cut, and I don't think there was a dry eye in the house.
Wow.
It was so just it was the epitome
Wow.
of tragedy. And unfortunately, when you make a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, you don't want your audience leaving the theater crying.
Yeah, you want them
And
scared as
so
hell.
and so they couldn't use any of it.
Oh,
The
wow.
only thing you see is basically a shot of my foot kicking some dirt into the grave.
Whoa.
That's the sum total of of what they could use. One of the thing about Marilyn and her being this frail old lady,
Yeah.
she called me a few months after the movie came out and wanted to know if I was interested in doing some chainsaw event thing. And I'm talking to her on the phone, and I started thinking, well, wait a minute, is somebody just pranking me? Because she was this, just kind of bubbly, flirtatious Marilyn Burns on the
Okay.
phone.
Yeah.
And then I had met her we didn't end up doing that event, but I had met her at a show, and she was just this vivacious, very flirtatious person. A lot of fun, just, not inappropriate by any means,
Sure.
but just, really, she was not some frail little old lady. And it was at that point I realized, oh my God, she made me bury my own fucking grandmother.
Wow.
As
Just
an
that in
actor.
character.
Yeah.
Wow.
As an actor,
That's
you
amazing.
don't get opportunity. I got something in my eye.
That is
Sorry.
amazing. No,
Anyway.
they're tears. We get it.
I'm not. I'm not crying. You're crying.
I got them too, brother. This is amazing right here.